Welcome back to Shades of Sasha, and in today's video we are going to get into my side part quick weave. And so the first thing you want to do is just make sure you have all your parting space lined out and just kind of put aside. And a tip that I do is after I've parted my hair, I just kind of put some of my hair over the back of the comb to see if it's covering everything. That kind of gives me a sense of if I need more hair or not. I wish that I had did that for my actual leave out for the middle part itself, but everything kind of worked out in the end. But I had to tweak a little bit as I went, and I'll just kind of share some of the things I had to do in order to make sure that this look came out the way that I envisioned it. And I'll kind of share also what I wish that I did differently. So that's the first thing I actually wish I did differently. I wish that I parted out more hair, but I was really trying not to, because if you have been following the series so far, you know I'm constantly talking about the less heat I can put on my hair, the better. And so that was the premise. That was the most important part for me. Is like the less amount of hair you could leave out is going to just be beneficial for you. So let's keep it that way. And so pretty much this is what I'm working with when it comes to the leave out of my hair. I did share before, if you cannot braid, that's okay. Typically, just slick your hair back into a low ponytail, or you can do some twists if that's what it is that you could do. Whatever it is that you can make work, just make it work. So after I just have all of my hair parted out, I wanted to try something different. So as I am doing these quick weave series, I'm really trying to see what do I like, what don't I like, by actually trying new things. I know it's so scary, right? And so one of the things that I wanted to try differently this time, instead of the black wig cap, I wanted to see if the regular mesh wig cap would work the same as the black stocking cap. Because I don't know, if somebody may think that like, okay, what if I don't have the black wig cap? Do I actually get it? Is it necessary? And so I really wanted to test that component out. And I honestly will say I prefer the black. I prefer the black wig cap over the mesh one. I think what you will get from the mesh or regular flesh tone wig cap is that you can see your outlining a lot better. I think that's kind of the only pro I want to say that's there for it. But there are just additional things that I think you would end up having to do to make it work that I personally I didn't want to do that. Like, I know there's some people, they will go as far as putting glue down first to just glue around the perimeter of where they have their leave out, so that that's their marking of you do not go over this part. But I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to see, could it work the same way as the black wig caps do? And maybe it's just something psychologically, but I also think that the black wig caps are a little bit thicker. Like, I know it may be just a smidge, but I think they are thicker than the actual regular flesh tone wig caps. But after you have your hair braided down, I just always want to say, make sure you go and just like protect what's going to be underneath, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your hair. One of the other things that I want to say that happened that I wish that I did better of is how much sealant I put down. At some point when you're seeing throughout this video, there's a part that I feel like I skipped, and I don't understand how I skipped this, because I was trying to be so diligent, but it seemed like I skipped a part. And I think that's going to bite me in the long run when I go to take this hair off. But in my next installation or review, I'll make sure that I kind of follow up on that. And if I had a negative experience taking this out than I did the regular ones, the other ones that I've done so far. So that's the only con that so far I'm thinking about that might bite me in the long run when I actually remove this installation. So you want to go ahead and just kind of put the hair where you want it to fall. So that's what you see me doing here, where I'm curving where the direction is that I want my hair to be. So if you want the hair to frame a lot in your face, you want to curve towards your face, versus if you don't really want to do that, just go in the direction that it's framing on the side of your face. So instead of around, you want to go towards your jaw. If you know, I don't really want it in my face to curve as much, just don't do it this way. So I know I really love when my hair falls especially if it's a middle part. If you're not new here, you know I love a middle part. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of it. And I think the reason why I love middle parts is specifically when they frame my face and fall in front of my face. So that is the direction in which I'm going. I'm really trying to curve the hair in that direction. So before you glue everything down, just make sure that you are framing the hair to fall in the direction that you desire, because it's going to be too much if you got to clean it up afterwards. So pretty much that's what I'm doing. And you see it's kind of in this like L shape. I want to say kind of like a number 6 shape is the direction in which that I went in to accomplish what my side part was going to look like. I did reuse the entire bundles that I did for my Ivy No Part flip over method. So I've shared this with y'all before, where pretty much you can reuse the wefts that you've done once you have completed your look and you've taken it out. I just pretty much make the hair slide off after wetting my hair, and I just leave it kind of drying overnight or a day for like a 24 hours to 48 hours. And then I just take the hair off of the stocking cap that I have used, and it's not damaged. There's nothing that's shedding. Like, it's actually pretty good to go. The one thing that I had to end up doing is because for some reason, I was like psyching myself out and saying, oh my gosh, I don't think you'll have a lot of bundles left. So I did have to go in with my other human hair body wave bundle. I think I did like 2 to 3 strips just to kind of finesse what it is that I'm saying here. So technically, if you had the black stocking cap, I think that it hides a lot. So you see how the mesh of this cap is just kind of like ripping. That is the one thing, in my opinion, that I think that the black wig cap doesn't do, and that is why I really wish that I did use that cap instead of this one. So as you see me like parting and putting the hair out of the way to just make sure that I go and I cut everything off so that it's not being shown, I felt like it was so hard to really work with this cap, and that's the one thing that I wouldn't do. So far as I have been doing my quick weaves, I'm really just adjusting and recognizing what I like and what I don't like. And one thing I don't like is I would not use this regular stocking cap, but I wanted to do it in case somebody has had a question, or if that's what you have, so you know what it is that you're looking forward to when you're using it. So I wouldn't do this. I would actually use the black wig cap because I think it's better for a quick weave. And then the next step that I had to do is, like I said, go in with my body wave bundles just to make sure that I could cover up what was being shown. Because one thing about me, if I'm doing my hair and I want it to be done in a specific way, it needs to be done that specific way. Because the one thing I don't want is to be so annoyed, especially if I felt like it's not looking exactly how I want it to. In the end, the way how the hair is curled and everything, it turned out the way that I love how my hair is looking. But it's just certain things that I would tweak and do differently next time that I just really wish that I didn't run out of so much of my bundles, that I felt like I really had to go in and use the body wave bundles, because I just really don't like the texture of the body wave compared to my kinky texture of my hair. And you really want to make sure that you're going in and blow drying. Another con towards using just the regular stocking cap, that wig cap that I recognize, is that you can never use enough blowing of drying your hair. That's not even the proper way to say it, but you can never blow dry your hair enough. Like, I felt like it's almost as if it wasn't being dried, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's mentally I'm just taking myself out in that way, but you really have to put a lot of heat, and that was already irritating me, because obviously that is one of the components that I said that I'm really disciplined on, and making sure that I don't do that. And the next step that I go in and I do is I curl my hair with a curling iron. I think it's like this is probably like a 1-inch barrel, if anything. It's kind of like a jumbo barrel. Honestly, I don't go in any specific direction or any texture. I just go ahead and I just curl my hair. Once it's curled, I wrap some curling rods in it, and I just leave it. And then I went ahead and I did my makeup. My makeup look took about 40 minutes to do. So for 40 minutes, it was just sitting, and then I took it down, and that was pretty much it. So I don't have any rhyme or way in which I curl my hair, because the kinky curly texture, I just wanted to do what it does, which is being in a state of bigness, fullness, and has its own personality. So if that's not what you're looking for, then you might want to curl in a specific way that you want. But for me, I was like, I just want her to do her own thing. And so pretty much that's it. Then I put my edge control on. I fixed my hair up the way that I wanted it to. And I really do love the way that the look came out. I definitely will do, I think, a rotation between the no part method as well as the side part. But I really will just consistently use the black stocking cap because I think it's just better for doing this installation, especially for any quick weave installation. But so far, if there's any like tips and tricks and things that you do when you're installing your quick weave looks, please let me know so I can try them out to see what it is that I like. But I really think that I have perfected what it is that I've liked so far and what I expect from my look. But thank y'all so much for watching and supporting your girl. And I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day.